Hey everybody, this is Ted Drozdowski, Senior Editor of Premier Guitar. We're at January 2020 NAMM here in Anaheim, California, and we're visiting with ET Guitars. ET Guitars is making its first visit to NAMM, so welcome you guys. We're here with Ernie and Doug, and Ernie is the ET, Ernie Taylor of ET Guitars. And Ernie, welcome, man. Good to see you.
Thank you. Always good to talk to you, Ted.
Well, you've got a new guitar that you brought to NAMM as well. It's the Avenger model, and why don't you tell us about that model?
Yeah, thanks, Ted. This is a what we call the Avenger. It's a standard model that we have, but we're bringing it to NAMM for the first time to release it due to our new design. I'm pretty sure we're the first to have a Super Strat version of a multi-scale fretboard with a full double lock floating tremolo system. Some others do appear as headless models, but I think I'm the first to release as a production line offering this type of configuration.
Great. Why don't you walk us through some of the appointments, and if anything seems appropriate, Doug, why don't you demo as you go a little bit, so we can hear the different pickup combinations and that sort of thing.
Sure. So the important part of this particular design is the bridge. I've been wanting to do this type of design for quite a while, but I didn't have the hardware available until the kind folks at Apollo Music Parts, in conjunction with Frank Falbo Designs, released this new bridge, which is basically similar to a Floyd Rose system. It basically fits into the same footprint as a Floyd Rose bridge. It can retrofit as a Floyd as well. However, I can adapt it for multi-scale use now, because in terms of its construction, the saddles have a lot larger range of movement. On a Floyd, you have just a small range of movement, but on these, you can go all the way back to the end. There's a gazillion holes that you can set the saddle positions to, and so there's a little bit of flexibility, depending on your design, as to how to set up your intonation points on your bridge. Furthermore, the bridge can be used for headless purposes, as you can see with the control of the tuners here at the back. So it has a variety of uses, and one of our new prototypes in production at the moment will be a headless with this same setup with the multi-scale and the tremolo.
And why don't you tell us about the pickups and the other elements of the construction of this guitar?
Sure. This particular guitar is our lowest level OS model for our production line. We have our custom shop facility in Australia, and we also have an Asian manufacturing line that does our production line range. The pickups in this guitar, our generic ET pickups. On this Avenger, we've selected a 2 humbucker setup, neck and bridge, both splittable. So you've got a normal 3-way toggle, and you can split those. And so the pickups in the bridge, it's a fairly high output ceramic style, so it's good for some of the heavier metal sort of stuff. And the neck pickup, sort of a rails style, is very complementary to that bridge pickup.
Doug, you want to run through those pickup settings for us?
Yep. See, he's on the bridge. Palm muted, bring it out. Single note. Let's do the middle. And right on the bridge. Rock and roll.
And single coil?
Single coil. Here we go. Split. We might back the gain off a bit for this one. Oh, that's nice. We want it back on. I love it. Got it that time.
Very cool. Thank you. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the fretboard? And I don't know, is that a proprietary tuner set that I see on there? Or, what else? And what wood's involved in making this guitar as well?
Sure. With this production line Avenger model, we have an American basswood body. We have a one-piece maple neck with a ebony fretboard. Now, with this model, we do have some choices available as well, but as a default, this is the what most people would see when we're demonstrating. Hardware-wise, we've been through the bridge. I have my generic sets of tuners, pretty good quality, also with the locking nut as well. So with the fretboard, we've got a fairly flat sort of a radius on there. It's about 16 inch, which is roughly our default area. Obviously very conducive to shredding and playing quite fast. The neck, we like to have relatively thin, a nice thin C-shaped profile, which is our favourite, and a lot of people seem to be able to adapt to that quite quickly.
Okay, and what woods are involved in the neck and the body?
In the body, sorry, American basswood.
That is American basswood. I'm sorry you said that. I apologize.
That's okay. And we have American basswood with a variety of finishes. This one is our take on a seafoam green or teal, sort of a nice colour. So, yeah. These are some of the guitars we've brought to NAMM. A bit of a sampling of our range. We've covered the seafoam green Avenger there. On the right we have a simpler model, a fixed bridge Avenger model also of the same configuration with the fretboard and the body timbers, other than a nice maple fretboard. That one is loaded with bare knuckle juggernaut pickups and has our generic monorail bridge pieces and tuning set. Moving further down, right in the middle there, we've got what we call our Katana model. That's actually one of our workhorse models in the ET range. It used to come as a fixed bridge model, baritone 27-inch scale 7-string. We've now, because of our ability to do the multi-scale tremolo system, we've adapted that to our workhorse Katana model, and so this is our first offering of that. This particular one, a nice American ash body with a quilted maple top and a nice charcoal burst finish. Ebony fretboard, just like the original Katana, but now we've got the ability to have a 7-string full floating tremolo system and full ergonomic fretboard, and we love it. People have been giving us a fantastic response to this so far all through the show, and we're hoping for big things, very big things with that model. Moving further down, on the left we have what we call the Tomahawk model. That's an only in-house production model from our Australian facility. That one we'd love for its natural finish, natural woods, natural oil finish, very sleek feeling instrument. We usually charge those with Damasio, bare knuckle, Seymour Duncan pickups, and it's a higher level instrument than the Avenger, similar in design but a higher level instrument. And our final one that we really wanted to show at NAMM also, we were a bit limited with how many guitars we could bring unfortunately, but we have our headless model, which is called the MiG, M-I-G, as in the Russian warplane. That's had potentially the most interest actually at NAMM, which has been fantastic. Fretboard is a similar type of setup with the multi-scale ergonomic fretboard. I should quickly run through the scales. In fact, on all of those, on all the 6 strings, I prefer to use a 24.75 Gibson scale on the treble side, scaling up to 26-inch on the bass side, and so that's just slightly over the Fender 25.5-inch normal scale that's used on many production guitars. I find that multi-scale fan appears to be, like on average, most people quite comfortable with that. That you can get onto that onto the guitar and feel very comfortable and feel very natural, pretty well straight away. It doesn't really throw too many people. So on average, I think it's a really good multi-scale and ergonomic setup.
And Ernie, would you tell us about the price range of these guitars and the specific price on the Green Avenger that we got to listen to earlier?
Absolutely. On the the Green Avenger model with the appointments that we spoke about, that will start in the area of 800 American dollars, which is about as competitive as we can possibly be, and we're going hard with this model. Our starting model is the other Avenger, which is with the normal fixed bridge. That, would you believe, starts at about 600 US dollars. When we go into the higher level models, such as the Katana series, this one is around the 2,000 US dollar mark, and the Tomahawk in-house ET guitar models They're in the approximately 1,000 to 1,200 US dollar range. Finally, our headless model, the MiG, that's about the 1,400 US dollar mark.
Well, thank you, Ernie. I hope you're having a great experience at NAMM.
It's been fantastic. It being my first NAMM, this has been incredible. It's been quite overwhelming in many ways, and one of the most humbling things for me was about half a dozen people basically came back to me and said that my guitars were actually their favourite in all of NAMM. So for people to say that sincerely was actually very humbling for me.
Oh, congratulations. And I hope you're having a great experience at NAMM via us. Stay tuned to PremierGuitar.com for more videos from the January 2020 NAMM show in Anaheim, California. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Later.